when I talk right now. Because these guys, they know me. And they know how I get when I'm so passionate about something. I love these guys. What they've done this year, just the grit and the grind it out mentality. They're relentless. They never ever give up. And that's a perfect example. Down 5-0. We had made 5 errors. Thought we had a chance to catch TCU's record there in the middle of the game. But what a turnaround. What a turnaround. Just hustling. Jake lays down a bunt for our second hit of the game with 2 outs, get a wild pitch, and Tunton scores 2 with the same little. Broom hits a 2-run homer, and then Brady hits a 2-out homer. We scored all 5 runs with 2 outs. Nothing these guys would do would ever surprise me. We could be down 10-0, and I'd still feel like we were going to win the game. When I go to bed tonight, you know, if TCU wins this thing tonight and we advance to the championship, I'm going to go to bed tonight feeling really confident about us being the Big 12 champs. If TCU doesn't win this game, I will feel no different about these guys sitting with me and the guys in that dugout. I love this team to death. Somebody asked one of these guys while I compose myself. Somebody asked him something.
Ryan, is that one of the longest home runs you've ever hit? Looked like it went all the way out, may have gotten all the way to the parking garage.
Yeah, I think I got a pretty good piece of that one. I was just looking for something in middle end, I guess, and I put a good swing on it. Barreled it up finally. It took me a while to get a swing like that, but I put a good swing on it and got out of here.
Brady, kind of going off of what Coach said, you've been vocal about what this team's been able to do in the gritty style, and what has the comeback in this fashion and just kind of putting into bigger perspective what this season's been like to you and what you guys have done.
Yeah, I mean, overall, nobody really expected much of us at all, and being down 5-0 there, I don't think any one of us in the dugout thought that we were out of this game, and just like that, we're right back in it. So it just shows you how throughout this whole year, we've been down, we've had our backs to the wall, but we've showed adversity and we've always came back. So just another Mountaineer win for us. Just gritted it out, and we came through.
Did you know right away that yours was gone, or was there?
Nah, I had 2 strikes on me. I was just trying to get a good swing on it. The ball came in on me, and I didn't think it was out when I first swung at it, or I would have kind of pimped it a little bit like you did. But no, I actually thought the guy called it at first because all the fans were going, "Ooh!" But I guess one of the fans called it with their hat. So at first I didn't really know for sure if it was out or not. But I think the wind took it a little bit.
Jacob, you're in the situation that probably every ball player dreams of. Do you think about that when you're, getting up with a chance to deliver in those kind of situations?
You don't really think about it. I was kind of thinking just put a good piece on the ball and let it get deep and hit the other way, because there was a huge gap between first and second, so I just tried to hit that way. Were
you surprised they were playing that far over, trying to hold Ryan on? Or were you kind of expecting it?
No, not really, because I've usually been pulling the ball all game, and that's usually what I've been doing, but I just try to let it get deep and hit the other way.
What kind of momentum does this give you going into, hopefully if TCU can win for you guys, what kind of momentum do you have going into tomorrow potentially?
I feel like we have a lot. Whenever we're down, if we are against OU, we feel like we can just come back and fight like we did this game.
Bobby had the big catch in center field. I think they're in the extra innings. Ever any thought of holding up on that, or do the situations you feel like you had to go for it?
I was pretty confident that I could get it. Coach always, in practice, he always encourages us to lay out and catch balls, and I think going forward, that's my strength in diving for balls. I usually catch them.
Coach, what do you attribute to? How's this team, where you mentioned the errors, and yet later in the game, there were 2 situations where you guys turned double plays after everything that you've been through to be able to have that kind of a comeback, and for those guys to do that?
It's kind of ironic that I would sit up here and credit winning that game a lot to the defense. But you look at the box score, and we made 5 errors. But like you said, we turned 2 double plays with the bases loaded. Brady made a great catch with 2 outs and 2 strikes in right center. Made a great catch over his head in extra innings. Bobby laid out for a ball in center field late in the game. So, defense really helped us win that game. It helped us get behind 5-0 too, but it really got back in it when guys started to get focused and started to realize that if we don't do something here pretty quick, we're going to be on our way back to Morgantown.
Which when did you start to get the sense that this team had some of the comeback and the fight qualities that you've been talking about?
I think I got that sense back in September when I got to know these guys as kids and watched them practice and watched how they compete on the field, grind it out academically, everything we challenged them to do. You guys have heard me talk about the 12-mile hike we went on at the beginning of the season. For those of you that don't know that, the first thing we did when we met as a team when school started, I told these guys at our very first team meeting, tomorrow morning we're going to wake up at 6 o'clock and we're going to go for a 12-mile hike to signify our journey into our first year in the Big 12. And when we got to the trailhead, well, first when I told them that, they all looked at me like I was crazy. But the idea was to give them something that when you first hear it, you think it's insurmountable. But the more you think about it, if you just put one foot in front of the other long enough, eventually you'll get 12 miles if you keep going. But when we met at the trailhead, we all took a moment to share what is going to motivate us to do this season. And each guy on the team took 30 seconds or a minute and told them what's going to motivate us to make this 12-mile hike. And last night, or a few nights ago when we met in the hotel room after we did all the community service, we kind of decided as a team that with the tornado here and all the victims and all the kids and with the t-shirts we wore, that we were playing this week for a little bit bigger cause than each individual player. We were going to try and play for the people here. And I know Brady wrote something on his wristband. It was on your wristband in honor of the victims. So when you're playing for something bigger than yourself, maybe that's why Bobby ran a little faster from second to home. So this team never surprises me, and I knew right away when we all shared a little bit at that trailhead that we had a special team here.
Bobby, what about you and the team? Was it that quick? Did you sense a difference, that quickly in, the coming together and the fight this team has showed?
Yeah, we bonded together since day one. We had a lot of new guys on the team this year, and I mean, everyone on the team is just so close. We all hang out together. We pretty much do everything together. We're just a family since day one.
What are the plans now? Where are you guys going to be?
We're going to be out in that right field corner. These guys don't know the Horned Frog sign as well as I do. But we got 30 guys out there rooting for the Horned Frogs. If I could wear the mascot costume, I would put it on and run around that stands. Is that when that last out's recorded, if TCU wins that game, that puts the Mountaineers in the Big 12 championship. And, that's going to open a lot of eyes.
We good? All right, thanks.